be able to keep the series going without one Kevin Durant. That's First Take Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
It doesn't matter until you get that fourth win.
For us, it's an opportunity to just flip this whole series on its head.
Not only will Kevin Durant play, he will start. He will be under no minutes restrictions.
Durant for three. Parker trying to stay with Durant, knocks it away, and Durant slipping. And Durant grabbing that right leg. It's so unfortunate for Kevin Durant. Curry gets a look, fires away, ties the game. Thompson, one fake, one dribble, one shot, got it! Golden State retakes the lead. Lowry for the win, won't go. And there'll be a game 6 in Oakland.
Win or lose, I don't feel like we need to prove anything anymore. It's just about, can we get the job done or not?
Oakland, how we feeling? Look at this. Before sunset, it's a shot of Lake Merritt. It's gorgeous. Actually, just put out my Instagram story. NBA Finals 2019. First Take is in the building. As always, Mark Spears, Bay Area native, here with us, dropping knowledge. These fans are hype. We've talked a lot. We're good, everybody. We're good. We're good. Appreciate you. We've talked a lot about Kevin Durant. We've talked a lot about Kawhi Leonard. We haven't talked a lot about Steph Curry. I want to get this stat right for you guys, so I'm going to read it here. In the 10 elimination games of his career, Steph Curry is averaging 28 points per game, which is the 4th highest scoring average over the last 20 years. How much is Steph's legacy on the line tomorrow night?
What do you mean?
His legacy.
Yeah.
You know, they lose, they go home, all those all-stars in the squad. Even with KD going down, you guys
only thing missing on this resume is the Finals MVP. That's it. He's a Hall of Fame already if he retired today. He deserves a statue at the end of this Lake Merritt. He deserves a statue outside of Chase Center when it comes. He's the greatest shooter of all time. He's a 2-time MVP, All-Star, however, he's the greatest Warrior ever. I don't know what else. I mean, my hesitation was, I don't know what else he needs to do other than getting that one.
You said he needs to get a Finals MVP.
But if he doesn't get it, he's still one of the greatest players of all time, to me.
In these moments, legacies are always on the line. These are not pre-written stories, ladies and gentlemen. These players write their own scripts. You're seeing it. This is reality TV for real. So either he will build on his legacy or he will offer evidence to the contrary when you start talking about the greatest players of all time. Because Steph is so great that he is in that. He's the shortest player to be included in these conversations, probably, right? Like AI won an MVP, but Steph is considered the greatest kind of like less than 6'4" kind of, you know, two-way wing style player in this conversation in the modern era. But why hasn't he won a Finals MVP? In the first Finals, LeBron was the best player on the floor by so much it was absurd to talk about anyone else. They had to give the MVP to Iguodala because that was the best player on the other team who defended him.
But there were some numbers that people don't talk about with LeBron. How many times did he shoot?
LeBron, are you arguing LeBron? Are you arguing there was anyone half as good as LeBron in that first Finals?
He shot 40 times a game, didn't he?
And he won 2 games with Dellavedova as his second best player.
I'm not saying he didn't play great.
Right, he played better than everyone else.
Win.
But the point is,
you can't be MVP if you don't win.
So
yes,
only happened once.
And the reason why the series changed was because Iguodala made the series change. Iguodala played great defense. So every
MVP
time we see
and
LeBron
best player
things,
are synonyms.
They always show what LeBron scored per game. And look, LeBron, you're an amazing player.
He led both teams in everything.
Well, shoot, they missed so many. Yeah. He had to get a bunch of rebounds.
Because he had no one on his squad. The point is, LeBron was by so far the best player in that series. Not worth talking about. Okay, so Steph wins the MVP because they couldn't give it to him. They had to give it to Iguodala. Next series, LeBron beat them. And even had they won, Draymond was going to be MVP. The next 2 series, KD won MVP. This is the first year. Forget about the 28 points in the elimination. We've seen it, guys. Like, I like Steph a lot, too. That we still got to tell the truth. This is the first year I've seen in the finals when they've needed him most. Him put the team on his back in the closing moments and hit big shots. He's doing it now. You know what that's doing? It's building on his legacy. So to say is his legacy on the line, it's not all about, well, what if he messes up? Does it take away? Sure it does. But if he does what he's doing, it also builds on it and adds to it. These guys' legacies are always on the line in games like this. Why else play the games?
Well, thank you for that clarification. But I'm still not clear. Here's the deal. If you recall, one of the MVPs that KD had, there was a debate as to whether or not Steph was going to get it. There was a debate as to whether or not that Steph Curry was going to get, because he had played well enough to warrant MVP consideration. That's number one. We were sitting in the media room amongst ourselves as reporters wondering who was going to get the MVP, and some people were surprised it actually went to KD. So that shows you that Steph had played good enough. That's number one.
Which one? Which MVP?
I'm trying to say. I'm saying I don't.
First one.
I think
the second one was KD.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't. I think it was the first. I think it was the first, but I don't remember at the moment.
Should have been.
But I don't remember at the moment.
Go ahead.
But Secondly, you cannot have it both ways, Max. And the reason why I say that is this. While you did not hesitate to give Steph Curry his props when he dropped 47 in Game 3, you also said he got to get it done. The bottom line is, as great as he looked, they lost. But LeBron lost, and you want to give him MVP, even though he lost. No, we heard you. No. Did we interrupt, Matt? Valley, did we interrupt, Matt? We didn't say anything. We didn't say anything.
I didn't say that.
We didn't say anything. Yes, you did.
Mischaracterizing what I said.
How did I mischaracterize what you said?
I give LeBron credit for winning 2 games against them, just like I just gave Steph credit for beating the Raptors. I gave Steph credit for that.
I'm very direct with what I said. I said you gave to Steph Curry credit for the 47-point explosion.
And for winning.
But in the same breath, you pointed out how he had lost the game. You did, Max. It's just a few days ago. You said he scored 47, he played lights out, but you still got to win.
In a win, and he just did.
Time out.
Right,
but in the same breath, you're talking about what LeBron James deserves when he lost. And I'm saying you can't have it both ways.
Finish your point,
At the end of the day, here's what it comes down to. And maybe if you were clear and stop acting like you were at Columbia, we'd understand you better. But the point that I'm trying to make...
You sock puppets.
That's right. I guess I am when it comes to basketball. I don't understand what the hell you're saying. At the end of the day, the bottom line is this. Steph Curry, right now, as you said, greatest shooter ever. Hall of Famer. 3-time